And as long as I'm not too tired when I get home from opera, I look like I have no neck. It's time for the Bedhead Bachelor episode 4, Singapore. Let's see what happens. When you walk into your apartment and it smells faintly of Chick-fil-A, here's the better lighting-ish. It only adds to the joy that's going to come from when you're about to watch The Bachelor and start the Bedhead Bachelor for tonight. I'm already in comfy clothes, and I'm ready to share. Okay, fam. It's 1:12 a.m. I have yet to start The Bachelor. I don't know if I'll make it through the whole thing tonight. I might have to finish in the morning. I don't have bedhead going on, but if you know how many days I haven't washed my hair, it's basically the same thing. I think one of the people we see Colton kiss in the opening scene is this girl, Cassie. I have no idea who she is or why she's relevant, but some people have her picked to win. I think she's the most basic of the basic girls there. So in the opening scene, Demi has like a straight kind of center part thing going on, and I am very anti-center part. If you're my clients, you know that. I'm not a fan of that. But I think it actually makes her 5% more tolerable because her parted hair is awful. Dear Hannah B, maybe other people in the world, like in the Miss USA world, knew that you and Kaylin didn't like each other, but nobody did actually before you came on the show. And now millions of people in the world know. Y'all, I'm already feeling tired and off my game, and I'm like 2.5 minutes in. This might be a rough one. Stick with me. Thoughts on Hannah B without makeup? Because, I was a little taken aback. And I've said she's my kind of pretty. Maybe not in the morning times. And just when I thought that it was going to be awful, Chris Harrison walks in, points to Hannah B and says, "How are you doing today, Kaylin?" I would laugh so loud if it wasn't 1 a.m, even though I have terrible neighbors who wake me up at all hours. Y'all, the producers are like coming for it. Like they oh my God. Kaylin's shirt is like held up by a millimeter of fabric, and it looks like her boobs are totally about to pop out. Wait, I had to stop mid-thought to show you this. To my clients, I talk about shoulder to boob ratio, like, girl, that's a lot of shoulder to boob ratio. But the producers are here from the get-go to stir this up, and I'm here for it. So Chris Harrison says they're about to go somewhere that they've never been on the whole show, and it's about as far across the world as you can go. And all the girls are like, and they're all thinking about that thing with maps with Miss South Carolina Teen USA, and they're all like, what's on the other side of the world? New Jersey? I don't know. Also, that they were told, girls, no matter where we tell you, for example, if it was New Jersey, nothing against New Jersey. I've lived in New Jersey. I love New Jersey. But in the world of reality TV, it's not that exciting. Although if you're going to Ocean City, my heart. And these girls are like, we love everywhere. I know this is, the shadows are back. I know this is about to be an ignorant, unpopular opinion. I really have no desire to go to Asia. Like maybe the UAE, Dubai, somewhere like that. But my best friend is like, I can't wait. Let's go to India. Let's go to Asia. And I'm like, I don't want to go there. Convince me that Asia is a trip worth taking. I'm a very picky eater. Also, lost my train of thought. Do you think it's just way easier to do like to get camera clearance and stuff in these other countries than the US? Probably, right? I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that I don't think that Hannah B is mentally strong enough to survive this experience. I just don't see her lasting much longer. I think she's going to crack under the pressure. So the one-on-one date is with the gorgeous Tayshia. She is so beautiful. And Colton did one of his fake, selfie video things or whatever. And he was like, yeah, today should be fun. I hope we don't die. If that's not you on every first date or me. Colton and Tayshia are both wearing bright white sneakers. And as a person who has bright white sneakers from People Footwear, thanks. I paid for them. But, they got them wet in the ocean water. I would rather die. It's a bright white sneaker. So they're going to bungee jump. I don't know that I would do that. I would love to parasail. I don't think I'll ever jump out of a plane. I would really love to zip line. I also know that you're not watching this to hear me talk about myself, but I felt the need to share. Look, they are really high up, but tonight I had to stand on the 3rd balcony of the Cobb Energy Performing Arts Center for an hour holding a fake vanilla candle, and I gotta tell you something. It was high. It wasn't this high, but it was still high. Y'all, it's already 1:30 in the morning. I told you this was going to be a rough one. Bear with me. Hopefully something nuts happens and I have better material for you. Don't desert me. I appreciate your support. So Colton's scream on the bungee jump, that was real. Like, that ain't scripted. It was wild. It also looks like they have one of those wave machine things at this resort where it's like a closed situation. And that I think would be fun because I like water things. I would not be okay with this, y'all. I would need a chiropractor standing by. Like, this doesn't prove anything about dating or nothing. You're just two idiots who jumped up from 1,000 feet in the air and could have died. Like, this is not love. I think Caitlin seems pretty unflappable. She's going to go on a one-on-one date. Demi, who's annoying as all get out, and is back to her not straight center parted hair, which is a terrible look for her. The center straight part is a good thing. Tried to comfort her, and Caitlin was like, you're entitled to your opinion. The end of Tayshia's one-on-one, they tried to make it really relevant that she's divorced, and that was her opening up to him. And now we're about to go on a group date where they're going to get leeches and eat lots of weird food. And I don't have the stomach for that. I would just want chicken fingers and fries, like, every day. So Demi's like, I'm just going to treat it like I'm the only person on the date, even though there's all these other people. So she's like piggyback riding him with the 12 other girls trailing behind. And then the Georgia Peach girl, whose name I still don't remember, they're already starting to set up that fight for later. And I'm tired in advance. Let me tell you something. After falling in the lake at Serenbe 35-ish times last summer, and the fear of God only knows what swimming up God only knows what hole of my body, I will never put a leech on my body. The forced conversation between Kaylin and Tayshia, they're like in a bed with flowers in their hair, and Tayshia's like not even looking at her. She's like, so how was it yesterday in the house? Oh, okay. It's so bad television. I think that they have added sounds to the girls taking bites of these weird things like bullfrog. Like, I feel like they go to bite it and there's like this like chewy, like biting sound. I'm like, that's a real small detail, but it also reminded me that I have Chinese food in the fridge. Basically, I hate that word, but if the word fits, they're eating fish eyes and drinking Pepto-Bismol on the rocks. I have no idea. Like, please go another country, please. I think we just need to accept the fact that Hannah B and Kaylin are headed towards a 2-on-1 in an episode upcoming, and it's just like, ugh. We've hit the 2 a.m. mark, and is this the first time he's ever talked to Cassie? Like, is she Nina? I know she's not Nina from before, but, like, I just have no idea who she is. And her hair is horrible. It is so flat. I just realized what Demi reminds me of, in Wedding Crashers, when Vince Vaughn gets with Isla Fisher, and she goes, don't leave me, because I'd find you, That is the epitome of the interestingness of Demi. Demi's mom got released from prison, and then we're listening to her talk about him for a while. This is just not giving my attention. Courtney, you're being very patronizing, and even though Demi is a brat, you're being patronizing to her, and your teeth are way too white, and the shadow of my phone is on my face, and If Colton talked individually to everybody at this cocktail party, I'm going to tell you something. We sure didn't see it. I mean, I don't even know half these girls' names. And Kaylin's probably going to win, so it doesn't matter anyway. Well, I didn't see Demi get in the group date, Rose. Oh, that was a surprise, and it's going to send Courtney through the roof. Oh, the shade. Hannah B's like, it's Hannah G. Oh, too many Hannahs. I wish it was the real Kevin G, like from Mean Girls. Hannah G's like, Butler, that was cute. And Hannah B was like, knowing Kaylin, I'm sure that she'll really enjoy that. Ha ha ha, evil laugh. I mean, a spoiled shopping date? Henny, sign me up. Take me to Crystal's and the Fashion Show Mall in Las Vegas. I am here for it. Shop me. I also just feel like Colton doesn't have a lot of pageant experience. He's like, single thing she puts on, she looks so good. Colton, she's a model size. Every sample's going to fit her or be too big. They're going to put the clamps on the back of it. Colton says, what we built today, I hope we can carry it into tonight. Colton, what you built today was a mountain of debt. A mountain of debt on a credit card. That is what you built today. Or on some ABC exec card. I mean, I don't know. I've never had a corporate card before. The fact that they had her like come home mid-date and open all of the gifts. It's like when you go to a baby shower and you don't care what these people are getting, and they're just opening everything and everything and everything. And if you're somebody who's like, I don't know, maybe you want to have a baby but you're not pregnant, it's not really the same. I don't know where I'm going with this. I have no idea. I'm so tired. It's 2:23 a.m. I'm tired. I know a lot of you probably want to stop watching after that last one. I already have a bad feeling about this week's video. I apologize in advance. I'm not doing anything next Monday night. I won't be so tired. I promise. So this is an actually sensitive issue, and I am on the verge of sleep here. And there is no part of me that doesn't believe Kaylin in the story she's telling, or the Colton in the story he's telling. What I question, from the producers is why this timing? This is literally your first one-on-one date. I would not bring up something like that so early in a relationship. And I know this is reality TV, so it's different, but that's the only part I question is the timing of how this will affect things. I am here in a sleeping position. I may fall asleep on my couch, which isn't even a whole couch. But I gotta tell you, it's just really hard for me to believe at this point that anybody's gonna get to Kaylin's level. And I know this is editing and we still have like 6 weeks to go. It's just very hard to believe what's gonna end up, and it's very hard to believe, Lord, that something is gonna upend this. It's just, and again, it's the magic of editing. For all I know, it's gonna be some girl, like I don't even remember her name, but it's just hard to believe right now. I mean, I get that it is Singapore, but it sure looks like the Atlanta Botanical Gardens at Christmas to me, honey. I think there's 4 girls wearing red dresses at this rose ceremony, and while I'm wearing the appropriate color, I think only 2 of them are in my Bachelor Fantasy League for this week, and that was one of the categories. Also, everybody's starting to look a little bit more tan, which is not a bad thing. But I do love that Colton's like, oh my god, Singapore's been amazing. Everybody's been out of that house for less than 1 day at a time, which means the other 3-4 days they were just sitting there in this hotel looking at the view. Hanny, you ain't seen none of Singapore. You see Singapore. Colton, when you come back from making out in your bed with Hannah G, your suit's going to be all wrinkled. They're going to know. And everybody has their shoes on the bed. I don't like that. Kaylin has pulled Hannah B aside, and you better believe it's like rose in hand. Kaylin is there with the rose. I don't know if she's going to beat Hannah B with the rose. I don't know if she's going to stab her with a thorn. I don't know, but it's about to be something. What happened between the two of you, Hannah and Kaylin? I want to know. And you're sitting there, and Hannah's like, Kaylin, like, I don't think you're a horrible person. You literally told Colton she was a horrible person a week ago in TV world, which is like 3 days ago. Like, you said it. As all the Real Housewives would say, own it. Just own it. Hannah said, like, I do accept Kaylin's apology. I don't think that she actually apologized to you, and I also think that somehow you broke Kaylin's rose while all of this was happening. Do not use your personal time to talk about another girl. It will backfire for everyone. Can we stop using the word cancer to describe people in the house? Like, take a poll. Am I the cancer of the house? Can we get away from that word? Please. I don't know who Hannah G is making eyes at, like, as it's like watching a car wreck, train explosion, or whatever terrible thing with Demi and Courtney. And I don't know who Hannah G is making eyes at, but Hannah G, I will be the eyes on the other side of that eye rolling. Where is Colton during this fight? Like, is he looking at pictures of girls trying to remember their names for the rose ceremony? I think he should be eavesdropping all of this. By the way, have you guys seen the resurgence of the old, I think it's like a Geico commercial or something, a collect call from Bob, we oughta baby eats a boy, like, hilarious commercial. I love old commercials. That and the Cadbury eggs with the lion roaring. You know, we're down to half the girls we have from the beginning, and it literally showed some girls not saying a single word the whole episode. I mean, not a single word. Susan Ham, Colton, use your favorite word. Journey. Good morning, everybody. Look at me. Actual bedhead going on. I failed you last night because I fell asleep on the couch right before the rose ceremony, and I didn't wake up till 6:30 in the morning. And it's not snowing in Atlanta for anybody who thinks it might be. So I think I might know who got cut, but it is now time to watch and finish the recap of episode 4. And I deeply apologize for those of you that were up at 3 a.m. waiting for me to finish, which I know is nobody. The girl on girl fighting, I know that's a big part of the show, but me, the person who like wants to fall in love, although it's not high on the priority list right now, which is an interesting development in my life. I'm over the girl on girl crime. I'm just tired of it. I think I had this thought last night, but I fell asleep before I could give it. Hannah B was like, I just need the validation that I need to be here, so I need a rose tonight. Girl, if you didn't get the rose, obviously there's no validation because you're going home. You don't stay there without the rose, so come on. If they go on a 2-on-1, Hannah B will at the very least get cut before Kaylin, if not both of them getting cut or her getting cut and Kaylin staying. Hannah B will not last long enough in this competition. She is not mentally strong enough, which is a shame. When we get down to this point where there's like 13 girls left, half of them are irrelevant. I mean, they're just there. There's no point in them being there. If he could cut half of them right now, he should. Courtney and Tracy are going home. I like Tracy for her snark and her age. But once Courtney became the foil for Demi, it is what it is. Courtney is the Georgia girl. I never understood why she was there in the first place. I thought she was really lame. But she did deserve to get treated the way she did. I never want to hear the words cancer of the house again. It is like a vile thing to be said about someone. And it's going to end up being Demi's undoing as well. Like, we know Demi's not going to win. Nobody wants to meet her family or her mother who just got out of jail. So it looks like we're headed to Thailand where there's water. So that's at least a little bit more interesting than Singapore. It looks like one-on-one dates go to Cassie and... Oh, Heather, the one who's never been kissed in front of the fireworks. But I just feel like Hannah B telling Colton that she's in love with him with her crazy eyes, like Ramona Singer, Luann de Lesseps, Real Housewives of NYC. Like, this is just, I love you. It's, ugh. Oh no, something's going to happen with the redhead, Elise, but I like her. I like the redhead. Friends, thanks for following. This was not my best. The episode was not their best, and this was not my best recap. And I'm sorry that I fell asleep with 10 minutes remaining. I'm also sorry that everything in Atlanta is closed today because it's not snowing. However, I thank you very much for following this journey, as they sing in Atlanta Opera's Dead Man Walking, that I am in opening Saturday night, and as Susan Hamm loves to hate that word. But 'tis a journey that we're on together, and I thank you for following The Bedhead Bachelor.